Hey, I'm Carrie, and I live in Ohio. I've got a crazy group of friends, and we like to hang out at my house and watch movies. I think my life is pretty much like every other kid's. I live in a nice house, and I know all of my neighbors. When I think of a homeless person, I think of someone who's on the streets alone and kind of dirty. Obviously, I don't have anything in common with someone like that.
Hey, I'm Monica, and I'm 15 years old. I love to hang out with my friends, and I really love to write poetry. I'm just like most other teens, except for one thing. I'm homeless.
This is what happened when the N asked Monica to show Carrie what it's like to live her life. No scripts, no actors. True story, real life. The N presents A Walk in Your Shoes.
The best is when you take a Hershey bar in the summer and go outside and melt it. That's good stuff. I'm like most typical teenage girls, and I like to hang out with my friends. And I like to go to the movies, and we hang out at my house all the time and just talk about boys and stuff like that. Some of the big issues that I have to deal with day by day is managing my time, like when I'm going to do my homework and in between dance and play practice. I think a homeless person would be someone who's alone on the streets, kind of dirty looking, with a lot of layers of clothes on. I don't think I would have anything in common with somebody like that.
Homelessness, it sucks because you don't really get to do a lot of other things that a lot of other kids and teenagers get to do. You really don't get to go out and ride your bike anytime you want, or hang out with your friends anytime you want, spend the night with people anytime you want. I wish I could hang out and do more with my friends, but I can't right now because me and my family is homeless, and that's my first priority. I think it's really important for people to understand that homelessness comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. It doesn't come in just white and homeless or black and homeless. It comes in any color or any shape.
Should I bring more than one outfit, do you think?
Well, I think you should be prepared.
When I was packing with my mom, I was a little nervous, just kind of thinking about what are we going to do? What's going to happen? What is she going to be like?
Okay. Bye.
I knew that I was going to get dropped off at the school, and I was going to go in, and I was going to look around for the homeless girl, Monica. I kind of pictured a real poorly dressed person, I guess, who was kind of tall and thin and, I don't know, kind of dirty looking, I guess.
Most people think that, homeless people are grungy and stuff, and she was probably most likely looking for a grungy person, and she didn't see any.
Are you Carrie?
Yeah, I'm Monica.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? You want to come to my locker room?
Sure.
And when I walked up to her, she had a look on her face whoa, that can't be, that can't be her.
I feel a little better now.
I want a story.
I was really nervous. I was like, oh my gosh. I was kind of surprised because she just looked just like any other normal teenage girl. At that point, I didn't know where we were going.
Me and Carrie had to rush out of school because we had to catch the bus.
So I was a little nervous but kind of antsy to find out what was going to happen.
I used to do a lot of after-school activities before I was homeless, but now it's different.
Where are we going?
We are going to basically my house, but sort of not. It's a homeless shelter, but it's like a shelter thing. It has. We go there to find out basically where we're going to go for the night to stay, overnight.
I was a little shocked because I'm so used to going home, and I know where I'm going to sleep, and I know what I'm going to do that night, but she doesn't know. She could be at a totally different place every night.
I mean, most of the places we go to stay the night are pretty cool. I mean, some of them can be, you know, a drag. So I'm just going to warn you now.
It was kind of a reality check, like, this is what Monica does every day, and it was kind of scary. After school, I usually have dance practice, or I have play practice of some sort, or I do something after school, or go hang out with my friends at their house or something. But Monica, she can't do that because she has to be at the center by 4 to figure out where she's gonna be that night.
Okay, Carrie, this is my mom, Terry. Hi, how are you? And this is my father. Hello. Guys, this is Carrie. How are you? Okay, let's go.
When we first got off the bus and I met Monica's parents, I felt a little better that, you know, these are her parents and they're gonna protect us and keep us safe and stuff like that. So I was glad that there was like a family.
And down here is where everybody is, loudly, as you can tell. Basically just be yourself, don't be any different, because everybody else is just everybody else.
I was blown away by how many people were there and how loud it was and how chaotic it was. And it was just crazy in there.
Like the first time I went to the family center, I felt like upset and I didn't want to be there. I wanted to leave. She probably felt like the same way I did.
I'm just like kind of overwhelmed. Yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I never in a million years would have thought that there would be so many homeless kids and that this was a problem in my community. Monica's family has one locker for all of the stuff that they own.
Right here, in this little locker, and it basically only goes back to the back like that deep. And it's like, it goes back that deep, and it's basically this wide. And this one, luckily this one has a shelf in it, see, right here? I mean, like some of them, like this one here don't, and that one don't.
I was kind of like blown away by that all of their stuff that they own fits in this little teeny locker.
It's really small.
Yeah.
I bet you your closet is bigger.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, is it full?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Carrie was dealing with the whole situation of being at the family center by like asking me questions and wanting to know what was going on, so she wasn't completely lost about everything.
So, like, do your parents have jobs?
My mom does. She works at Mount Carmel.
Well, I was expecting that neither one of her parents would be working because they were homeless and they were in the shelters and stuff.
Well, my mom has a job at the hospital, and my father, he used to work, but he lost a job a month ago, and he's looking for a new one now.
I was surprised that somebody was working and they still couldn't afford a home. So it's kind of weird to think about. Makes you appreciate what you have.
The list is here. I'm going to find out where we are going. You can tell us.
At around 5 o'clock, one of the head people of the family center made an announcement that the list was up, and everybody crowded around the list to find their name and find out where they were going to go that night.
We're at Trinity House again. That's cool.
Is that a church?
Actually, it's like a church, but it's a house.
And they were happy because they were staying at one of the nicer shelters that night.
Okay, guys, our bus is here. We got to load first. You guys got to get your jackets on.
We had to get on a bus that was going to take us to the soup kitchen, which was where we were going to eat for that night. I know every night where I'm going to eat, what we're going to have to eat, and where I'm going to sleep. But in Monica's family, they don't ever know that. Everything is kind of spontaneous, and it happens as it happens. On the way to the soup kitchen, I was trying to picture in my head what it was going to be like because I've worked at a soup kitchen before. I was just on the other side doing the serving of the food instead of actually taking the food this time.
I'm fine. I think Harry's feeling like really confused.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, she's like, the books she just like gave to me sometimes was like, okay, what is this?
Thank you. No words can describe how I felt when I was on the other side getting the food. And it was probably one of the only times that I didn't talk.
I actually haven't gone without eating, but I actually have seen families that have gone without eating, so, I mean, it's really not cool.
The place that we were going to sleep was a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be. It was just like a regular house, but there were a lot of families in there all at once.
Okay, basically this is like the shelter we're going to be staying in tonight. It's basically like the best one so far because it's like, I don't know, it's homey. Yeah. And this is the kitchen, if you can't tell. Yeah, stove and stuff. Okay, we're going to go this way. We're not going to go down there, but down there is like two other rooms, like two rooms where two families stay. Okay, this is, right here is like the family room where everybody watches TV and chills on the couch and stuff. Right here is basically where everybody eats and basically like the dining room where everybody eats at one time. This is the room we'll be staying in tonight. Right there is where you'll be sleeping. Normally my dad would sleep in here, but since there's like not enough room, we're gonna like ship my dad away. The TV crew had my dad sleep at a hotel that night because the room was small and it was just us girls.
Well, Monica's schedule is very by the book. She has certain times when she has to do certain things, and that's different from my life because I can do whatever I want when I want to do it. And there's no time for Monica to be a normal teenage girl. There's no time for her to talk on the phone with her friends or to hang out with her friends, or even there's not enough time to do homework.
There is a schedule for everything, basically for eating, you know, for sleeping, for getting up, for taking showers, for brushing your teeth, basically. Just, there isn't one for homework.
You guys start getting ready for bed if you want, taking baths if you want. I don't know how you want to do that because we got to get up early in the morning.
As the day went on, I put everything into perspective. Like, the things that I worry about aren't even problems compared to things that Monica has to deal with every day.
After she was there for a while and was finding out a lot of things, she was like, she looked really freaked. Then again, she was like really overwhelmed by everything, and you know, basically that's how I was the first time.
Well, I'm usually a really, really happy-go-lucky kind of person, and right now I feel like a totally different person because what I'm feeling inside is not at all happy. I'm kind of sad and overwhelmed by everything that's going on, but it's kind of hard to describe like how Monica's life is, and it's very stressful and confusing and stuff like that, but I gotta go inside because I'm gonna take a bath before lights out at 9 o'clock.
It's just Carrie coming out of the bathroom.
Because I'm clean now, see?
When the camera crew had left, we basically, you know, they left a camera with us and we just talked and laughed and, you know, had fun together.
I love quiet.
Yeah, I love to sing. Are you like soprano or alto?
Alto.
Alto.
Yeah.
I'm an alto.
Totally alto. I was surprised to know that I had so much in common with her and our lifestyles were so different.
Carrie is really cool to hang out with at night. I mean, she's really funny. She's got a lot to say. I mean, and she doesn't mind saying it.
I would have never known, like, if I saw you, like, walking down the street, it would have never occurred to me that you were a homeless person. Because, like, the stereotypes that I had of a homeless person, like, totally weren't, like, you.
We were just talking. We didn't go to sleep until around 11. My mom was like, girls, it's time to go to bed. Girls, will you be quiet? Girls, basically what moms do. It was really cool, though. Good night, y'all.
5 a.m. It's time to get up.
In the morning, we had to wake up at 5 a.m. Even though we were in a strange atmosphere and stuff like that, it was comforting for me to see Monica's mom still being a mom to both myself and Monica. And I'm not a morning person, so that was like horrible for me.
Hey guys, the bus is gonna be here.
When the bus finally got there, it was still dark outside, and we got on the bus, and I was exhausted at this point. The bus finally took us back to the family center.
Monica, Monica, wake up.
Why?
We're here.
People should really not feel sorry for me because the whole shelter thing is actually something to help us get back up on our feet.
Okay, you go in, stop at the locker so you can put your stuff in there so you don't have to lug it around.
I'm going to go to sleep for a long time and I'm going to cover up my head. Good night.
Oh, jeez. It was hard for me to get back to sleep because all the lights were on, so it was bright in the room. And there were some kids at first, but as more and more families got in there, it got even louder, and there were more kids running around and poking you when you were sleeping and stuff. I couldn't believe that Monica had to do this every day, because I know if I had to do that every day, I would just be exhausted all of the time and just want to sleep all the time. Fall asleep in class at school or something.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Are we off?
Monica took me to a meeting.
When I took Carrie to the YEP meeting, which is the Youth Empowerment Program, I basically took her to let her get the ideal that we're not just sitting around doing nothing. There's people that actually is trying to change the whole situation.
I never knew that there were so many teenagers around my area that were homeless.
When I was homeless for the first time, I was scared to tell I was afraid to tell my friends about how I was homeless, and I told one of my friends, and she just spread it around, and everybody was making fun of me. And then I told my mom, and she just told me not to go to school.
I hide being homeless a lot from my friends and from people at school because I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing to tell everybody because I don't know, I guess it's because I don't know how they would react to it.
Do you think kids should be embarrassed because they're homeless? No, I don't think so. I mean, they should be open and, they might not want everybody to know, but you shouldn't be embarrassed because it's really not your fault and, it's just happened. So you shouldn't be embarrassed about it. You should just open up and actually talk to somebody.
I wanted to do this TV show because I wanted people to know that being homeless doesn't make you a bad person. It's a bad situation that we're in right now. I think it's important that teens realize that there are homeless kids because, they could help a lot if they realized that there were homeless children and realized the things that they could do to help.
We can make a difference. Every little bit will help.
There's no easy solution to the homeless problem, and believe me, if I knew it, I would make it happen, but I don't know it, so, we all need to work together and find out a solution.
When I was on my way to Monica's house, I was excited and nervous a little bit. I'm not really sure why I was nervous, but I was. I had kind of a weird feeling in my stomach.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to showing Carrie my new house, to let her know that, you know, some people can overcome their obstacles, and I have my home now, and it's yay. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Really cool. It's really good to see you. You wanna go in? Sure. I'll let you go first.
So, what do you think? I like it.
It's better than the other place.
Yeah. It's not as noisy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was glad that I had gone to visit her once the nerves were gone and everything. So is it like really different living in a house?
Oh,
now?
it's really different because, like before, I get my privacy, and I get my own bed, and I know where I'm going to sleep. And then my bedroom. It's kind of messy, but it's okay.
Hey, it's alright. This is cute.
The coolest thing about having a place called home is I can have my friends come over whenever I'd like. They can stay the night whenever they want to. When I can go places more, stay out as late as my parents let me. I can be on the phone as long as I want. I don't have to worry about where I'm sleeping or where I'm staying this night or that night.
Do you have more time after school to do like after school activities and stuff?
Yeah, I have more time to stay after school or get tutoring after school or come home and do my homework after school or hang out.
With your friends?
Yeah.
It was nice to talk to her and to ask her different questions of how it's different now for her being in the house and how she feels about that. I know before it was you couldn't invite anybody over ever. So is it cool having people over to your house, spend the night?
Yeah, that's like so much different because I'm happy because like it was the first night we were here. I was like, Mom, can we invite Emily? Which is my best friend, and she's like, yeah, sure. I invited like 3 people, but only 1 could make it. And like almost every weekend since then, I've had someone over to stay the night. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Monica seems like a happier person where she is now. Her personality is more bubbly and she's more talkative and stuff now that I think she feels more comfortable now that she's in a house. I don't know like if you could tell when I was hanging out with you and stuff, but the whole situation kind of freaked me out a little bit. It totally opened up my eyes to like your situation and stuff. Right before the holidays, I took up a collection for an inner city school downtown, and we collected books and slippers and canned goods, and I've been donating stuff to like food pantries and stuff like that just to help out a little bit.
I think it's cool that Carrie's volunteering now because I think it's cool that one person could open up her eyes and let her know that it's not a bad thing.
Since the experience, I did a little bit of research and I found out some things that kids can do to help. They can donate food or clothes or toys to a shelter, or they can even volunteer at a shelter at the soup kitchens, like, or be a tutor or play with the kids at the shelters.
The most important thing I think I've learned from this experience is because now that I'm out of the experience of being homeless, that I can still go in and help, and I can still change the way people feel.
I learned not to judge people by what they look like on the outside, that there is a wonderful person on the inside, no matter what their situation is.
People at home are probably looking at me like it ended on a happy note, because it did. I was homeless, and now I have a home. But other people, it doesn't always end happy for them. Sometimes they don't get a home. They could be in a shelter for up to a year or more, or they could bounce from here to there, or live with family from here to there. But it doesn't always end as happy as it did for me.
Want to find out more about a walk in your shoes? Log on to theend.com.
One of my favorite songs is Ain't Too Proud to Beg, and it goes, ain't too proud to beg, sweet darling, please don't leave me, girl, don't you go. Woo! Okay, that's good. Okay.